Welcome to the YouTube channel of Jyoti Engineering College. I am Jinesh KJ, working as Assistant Professor in Mechatronics Department. Today we will discuss different programming languages. This topic is under EC312 Object Oriented Programming for S6 ECE student. Let us start. So, computer languages are classified into three: low level languages, middle level languages and high level language. So, a low level language consists zeros and ones to create instruction. Binary languages is one of the example, which is also known as machine language. Computer processor knows only this language, that is machine language. Now let us come to a second type, that is middle level language. So here some mnemonics are used to create instruction. You are very familiar with 8051 programming and 8086 programming. In those things we will use mnemonics to create instruction. For example, move AX, B, then add AX, BX, like. Assembly languages are middle level languages. Now let us come to the third category, high level language. It is very easy to use and it is very similar to human language. C, CPP, Basic, Java, all are very example for high level languages. Now we have already discussed computer processor knows only machine language. So some conversion tools are available or conversion tools are required. If you are using assembly language, one assembler will convert middle level language to low level language. Similarly, compiler, the function of compiler is to convert high level language to machine level language. Now let us go to high level language. Again, high level language dividing to two types. First one, procedure oriented programming, that is POP. C, Fortran, COBOL, etc. example for the high level language with the POP, procedure oriented programming. Procedure nothing but a function. Then second categories are object oriented programming. In this subject, we will mainly focus object oriented programming with C++ and Java. So Java, Python, C++, .NET, Ruby, so all are example for object oriented programming. Now let us check procedure oriented programming. Procedure oriented programming contains step-by-step procedure to execute. So that main program divided into different procedure. Procedures are nothing but a function. So it's contain so many of functions. The problems get decomposed into small parts and then solve each part. One or more functions are used. The program must contain one main function. It also contains some other small functions also. Now let us go to main characteristic of POP. So POP, procedure oriented programming, is doing things or doing on algorithms. Here what we will do, large problems are divided into smaller programs known as function. Procedure simply means that function. So here when we get a problem, it will divide into small programs, all small parts, which is known as functions. Then combined together we can get a complete code. We have two types of data. One is local data and second is global data, or local variable and global variable. Most of the functions share global data. So that global data is available for all functions. So suppose we are using local variable, it is only applicable to that particular function. Here global data will do some problems. This global data, as we told, this is contained global data. The global data can access to all function. So this data openly around the system from function to function. So it will create some problems. Functions transfer data from one form to another. It employs top-down approach. So there are two types of approach, top-down and bottom-up. Here employs top-down approach. Larger problems are divided into small programs. So it is known as top-down approach. A small program can be written in POP very easily, but in the case of large program, bringing change is difficult and time consuming. The programmer should know the each and every stage. Then only he can modify one's code. Appropriate and effective techniques are unavailable to secure data of function from others. This is due to global data, because that global data shares to all functions. So there is no effective techniques available. So these are the main characteristics of POP. So we can see different problems with POP. These problems can be easily diminished using POP. So basic features of POP. They are the basic features. Here OOP emphasis on data rather than procedure. Here no importance for functions or procedure. Here large programs are divided into small parts called function object. Object is the basic entity. So we can see different classes in object-oriented programming. Class and objects are one of the main characteristics of OOP. So when we examine one class, we can see data and functions. Variables are known as data member and functions are known as member function. In previous case, that is in case of POP, so data is not secure because most of the functions are shared with the global data. Here data is secured as they can access by external function. There are different accessibility mode. With using it, here data is secured. Object may communicate with each other through function. There are 3 steps behind each and every OOP: create function, create object, then establish communication between object. Here new data and function can be added easily whenever necessary. Bringing change, modification is very easy. It's follow bottom-up approach. In earlier it's top-down approach. Using inheritance. Inheritance is one of the important property. Using this property, a class can be modified to create another class. Hence, the complexity can be reduced. That is one of the main feature of OOP. Here, data type can be created based on the necessity. After that, we can destroy that object also. So these are the basic features of OOP. So today's class, we have discussed different types of programming languages: machine level language, assembly language, and high level language. And we have seen high level language again dividing to 2, that is object oriented programming and procedure oriented programming. Then we have discussed different features of OOP and POP. Thank you.